Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I know that I have some crazy lighting going on. I know my face is like super bright. That would be because I am in my bedroom instead of in front of my bookshelf. I don't have a library room to go to film. So I generally do that stuff on Saturdays while my hubby is off in the garage doing his thing. But today is not Saturday. It is Tuesday? It's Tuesday. My vlogging plans got completely derailed this week. I had planned a different vlogging video that I already had an intro for, I already had footage for, and today I was 70% into the first book and realized that I hated it. That will be discussed in my wrap up for November. So because my vlogging that series did not really work out, I need a video for that week. I have an open slot. I'm really trying to do weekly videos. So one thing you're gonna learn about me real quick is that I am insanely good at overwhelming myself with library books. I always have a giant stack and I'm always like extremely overwhelmed by it. I don't know why I do this to myself. So I've got 12 days, including tonight, so whatever I get done tonight, before December starts. And my December list of books is stacked between my TBR and my middle of series videos that I have going on. I have extra books in there because I'm a part of like a duology or a trilogy. So I have a lot of books to tackle in December. So really, I got 12 days to get these done and back to the library. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to read them. I ain't going to have time. Let's run through these. I'll tell you what each one's about. I'm going to blog over the next 12 days and see if I get them completed or not, or if I send them back without reading them, which would be so sad. I hate doing that. I do it, but I hate doing it. My first book is actually not on this stack. It's not a library book, but I'm throwing it in this vlog anyway because my bestie really wants me to read it. She just got done reading it like maybe a week ago. She says it's amazing. She's putting it right up there with ACOTAR. So of course, I gotta read it. But that book is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. I have started this one just barely. I got one clip of me starting it in the car and barely touched it. I literally got one chapter in. So I don't have a good grasp to give you like a really great, like, what's this book about? I don't have that yet. So I'm going to go off of the synopsis real quick. Synopsis says, the gods love to toy with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. I've never been favored by the gods, far from it, thanks to Zeus. Living as a cursed office clerk for the Order of Thieves, I just keep my head down and hope the Caprius, I hate butchering words, beings who rule from Olympus won't notice me. Not an easy feat given San Francisco is Zeus's patron city. But I make do, I survive, until the night I tangle with a different god, the worst god, Hades. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long, but the bottom mentions trials and that Hades chooses her as his human to compete in the trials. All the gods choose a human to compete in deadly trials to determine who rules Olympus? Yeah, the throne of Olympus. I hope it's good. I'm really craving a really great book. I hate DNFing. I did that earlier today at 70% in. Oh, God. Ah. My bestie says it's great. So I'm going to trust her judgment. Now on to the library books. So I am not going to go in like a specific order. I don't know what order I'm going to be reading them. So I'm just going to pick them up randomly over the next 12 days. First one I have is The Love of My Afterlife. I know it's got a death aspect in a humorous way. I did see Ruby Trev recently read this one and she really loved it. She gave it 5 stars and she said it was hilarious. I love a rom-com. So I'm going to read the back real quick. It says, if she wasn't dead already, Delphi would be dying of embarrassment. Not only did she just die by choking on a microwavable burger, she's also now standing in her sparkle and shine nightie in front of the hottest man she's ever seen, and he's smiling at her. As they start to chat, everything else becomes background noise. That is, until someone comes running through the door yelling something about a huge mistake and sends the dreamy stranger back down to earth. And here Delphi was thinking her luck might be different in the afterlife. So, from what I heard in this book, you get 5 soulmates in your life, and that guy was one of them. And so she goes back down, and she's got like a certain time limit to get him to kiss her. I'm excited. I'm ready for a good rom-com. It's going to make me laugh. Next up, I've got Check&Mate by Hazelwood. I am slowly working my way through Hazelwood's backlog. I've got all of the Love Theoretically, Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, all of those I've completed. Bride I've done, but I haven't done Check&Mate, Not in Love, or her novellas. They're on my list. I'll get to them at some point, but this one's next. I know that it is her YA book that she released, I believe, last year. I'm pretty sure it was released last year. I could be wrong. It could be the year before, but it's got something to do with Tress. Also, it's kind of strange to me that Hazelwood has gone like one end of the spectrum to the other. Like last year, she released this, which is a YA book, and then this year, she went complete opposite and released Not in Love, which is like not a YA. But that one is definitely super smutty from what I've heard. Haven't read it yet. Mallory Greenleaf is done with chess. Every move counts nowadays. After the sport led to the destruction of her family 4 years earlier, Mallory's focus is on her mom, her sisters, and the dead-end job that keeps her lights on. That is, until she begrudgingly agrees to play in one last charity tournament, and inadvertently wipes the board with notorious king killer, Nolan Sawyer, current world champion and reigning bad boy of chess. It's chess. It's a romance. We'll see how it goes. I love Hazelwood's writing. I'm a huge fan of her work. She's not like my favorite romance author. That spot belongs to Abby Jimenez, but I do really love her writing. Next up, I've got How to End a Love Story. I have seen this one floating around a lot. She's thick. I've seen this one floating around quite a bit. I don't know much about it. I just know that I've seen it, so I saw it at the library, so I snagged it. Because that is what I do. I recognize titles and I grab them. I think it has more of a heartfelt, maybe even like tearjerker style. I'm gonna read the back. Helen Zhang hasn't seen Grant Shepard once in 13 years since the tragic accident that bound their lives together forever. Now a best-selling author, Helen pours everything into her career. She's even scored a coveted spot in the writer's room of the TV adaptation of her young adult novels. If she can hide her imposter syndrome, surely the rest of her life will fall into place too. LA is the fresh start she needs. After all, no one knows her there, except, I guess, Grant. That's all I got. So I truly don't know what this one's about. I just know that I think it's got some sad elements to it. Future me popping in. In my original intro video, I had a book in there that I had planned to try to read, and I got about 15 pages into it and realized that I did not like the writing style, so I edited it out. However, I still want to do 5 books, so I have replaced it with a book that I grabbed from the library today. It was already in transit. It was ready for me to pick up. And that book is Tress of the Emerald Sea. This one's by Brandon Sanderson. I have not attempted Brandon Sanderson yet. I really want to, and I'm really excited about trying this one. I've heard amazing things about it. So what I've gathered from the synopsis is that her friend Charlie, his dad takes him on a voyage to try to find a bride, and disaster strikes along the way. And so she goes along her own voyage to try to find Charlie. And I believe that there's some fantasy elements to it, such as like pirates and stuff like that. It's Brandon Sanderson. Of course, it's going to have some elements of fantasy. This will be my 5th and final book for my library vlog. So here's my 4 library books plus the games Gods Play. Obviously, the goal is to complete it before the end of the month. So I've got 5 total books to attempt to read in the next 12 days. 11 days in tonight. And over the next 11 days, we have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and a bunch of other random things, of course, going on. I lose my Saturday after Thanksgiving. I tend to get a Saturday every single weekend. My mama takes my kiddo, so that gives me kind of like time to catch up, time to listen to an audiobook for the majority of the day while I'm doing chores and knocking things out. I don't get that that weekend because we have fun plans for a Christmas vendor thing for my kiddo. So I've got intense plans. Well, I say intense plans for me. I don't make many plans. I'm a homebody. I'm a book nerd who just wants to sit on the couch and relax, read a book or stitch or diamond paint. I don't go out that often. I just don't. Plus, I'm tired. I'm a tired mama. Anyway, stay tuned. This is going to be a vlog. This is going to be a long one. Get a snack.
Recorded Books presents The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. Narrated by Piper Goody.
Okay, so here is where I'm starting this vlog out with the Animal Kingdom shelf, unfortunately. Jesus, Carl! Right there. Please? I would appreciate it. This is gonna happen every time I do these clips. Anyway, in my first video that I put up, I was really hopeful to get this entire diagonal completed. That was actually last week, and I did not succeed. Here's where we're starting off. I've got 5 books on this vlog that I'm hoping to get to, and they all have audio, so I hope to get a lot of stitching time in and maybe complete this diagonal.
Good morning, friends. It is Thursday morning, and I have a quick update on the Games Gods Play. I'm not moving as fast as I want through it, but that's because the book is fairly long. So I'm slightly concerned I'm not going to hit all 5 books before the end of this month with having plans at the end of the month. But we're going to try. We're going to give it our best shot. I'm 40% of the way through the Games Gods Play. This book is so good. I am enjoying it so much. It is so fast-paced. Like, you're thrown into the first trial so quickly, and then there's so many trials throughout the entire book. My best friend says there is, I think she said either 10 or 12 trials, which is by far the most I've ever seen in a book. Usually it's like 4 or 5. So that is an insane number. And the first one was like crazy intense, crazy brutal. Second one was less so, it was more intellectual, but super fast paced. I'm enjoying every second of it. I'm loving the character development. They're both sarcastic. The banter is, it's delicious. It's wonderful. Like, I have no idea who's gonna make it through it. I have my theories on this book, and I have voiced my theories to my best friend, and she's like, do you want me to tell you if you're right? I'm like, nope, let me write it out. This book takes so many twists and turns. I don't think I could predict much of it, but damn, it's fast-paced and it's fun. I finished the Games Gods Play earlier today. I absolutely loved it. It was so fast-paced. It was so fun. There were so many trials. My goodness, the most trials that I've ever seen in a book. This book covered it. I absolutely loved our main female character. She was freaking awesome. She had like just this like heart of gold where she wanted to make sure that everybody stayed safe every step of the way. Even if they like crossed her or weren't on her side, she still had this like purity to her where it didn't matter. I'm going to save your ass anyway. And I absolutely loved that. I wouldn't call it a 5-star book. I just didn't get the 5-star feeling with it. However, it still was really good. I gave it a 4.5 star. The book is mainly fantasy. There's just like a sprinkling of romance. I know it's probably classified as a romantasy. The whole book is mostly focusing on these trials, and it's very action-packed. So hopefully that ending review made sense. I loved it. It was a great book. I did move on though. Moved on to The Love of My Afterlife. I'm like 70 pages into that one, and I'm having a great time with it so far. It's very funny, very rom-commy. She dies choking on a burger in like the first chapter. While we're in here in my bedroom, I'm gonna go ahead and paint my nails while I listen to The Love of My Afterlife. The end of Saturday night, and I just finished The Love of My Afterlife. Done. Book 2 done. Book 2 of 5. I enjoyed it. It was cute. It wasn't like, oh my god, 5-star book. It was just a cutesy little romance. I was a little bit kind of disconnected from it in the middle. I think I was a bit more distracted, unfortunately. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. The ending was definitely not what I expected. So there's that. I do like it whenever a romance does something just a little bit different. It has a little bit of found family in it. It was very lighthearted. So now I am craving something a little bit more heartfelt, a little deeper. So I think I'm gonna go to How to End a Love Story next. I got a quick update on How to End a Love Story. I am right about at page 70, and unfortunately I'm DNFing this one. I'm just not enjoying it. Hi, ma'am. How are you? Are you good? Yeah. You good girl. The main female character is very like bitter and angry and a little bit mean. Not digging the style, not connecting to any of the characters. If it's not bringing you joy, what's the point in wasting your time on it? So this one's going in my DNF pile. On to the next.
Dragonsteel presents Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. Read for you by Michael Kramer, with acknowledgements and postscript read by Brandon Sanderson. Whoops. Shadows were, and the easier her burdens became.
Excuse me. This is my cookie. You can't have my cookie. Bow. I'm going to do a quick update on Tress of the Emerald Sea. I'm on chapter 23, 122 pages in. This writing is so interesting. This is my first Brandon Sanderson book, and I am already so excited to try his other books, which I know is like this giant ocean of Cosmere universe. But I can't wait for it. I am ready. Me and my bestie, we're going to be buddy reading Mistborn whenever we get the Libby Holds. We try to save money when we can. I've never seen a book written like this where it's first person point of view and it's third person and it breaks the fourth wall. Basically, we have the story being told from a different character in the book talking to us, the reader, about Tress in third person. It's wildly written, but so fun. I'm hooked on it just for the style. As far as the actual story itself, it's super whimsical. It's got cute little lines. I love the first person narration because he'll enter in like little quips about things and like he's like a little bit of a comedic relief during it. We've got a talking rat, which is so fun. That's just okay. I'm down. Talking rat. He's hilarious. He's really funny. As of right now, I am thoroughly enjoying this book, but I don't know if it's because of the story itself or just the style that it's written in. But either way, I'm really loving it. It's fun. It's basically just like an adventure book. There's not a ton of fantasy elements yet. We might get to some. We've got like a sorceress situation, a talking rat, pirates. I don't know if we're going to get anything else. I think we are. I'm here for the ride. Let's go. Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday, but it feels like Friday because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. But good morning. I finished Tress of the Emerald Sea yesterday during the day. I should have updated last night. Failure. Life's crazy. It's the holiday week. You know. Anyway, my thoughts on Tress of the Emerald Sea. It was so whimsical. It was so fun. I really loved all of the characters. I really love Brandon Sanderson's writing. It took me far too long to start one of his books. I cannot wait to explore his backlog. I really can't wait to start Mistborn. I'm giving it 4 stars. My only con to it was the ending. So the whole story like builds you up to an anticlimactic ending, unfortunately. The ending I didn't really get, but the actual ride itself was a lot of fun. 4 stars. I definitely recommend this one, for sure. Can we hold off on the crazy loud for like another couple minutes? I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, take it outside. Perfect. I started check&mate yesterday. Since I finished Tress of the Emerald Sea fairly early in the day, I was able to start this last night. And I had a bit of a drive today. No school for my kiddo today, so he went down to my in-laws' house, which means that I had a good hour in the car to listen. I got to midway through chapter 14. I'm at 49%, so I'm like right at the halfway point. I'm on page 169, and so far I do like this one. The first 100 pages were a bit of a slog. It was a lot of Tress and like Tress only, and a little bit of like her family and stuff. I really love the interactions between the 2 main characters on a romance. And in the first 100 pages, we had very little. We had like breadcrumbs. So I was a bit bored in the first 100 pages. Now, past that, it is now picked up. We're getting more interactions between the 2, and I'm starting to really enjoy it. It is a lot of chess, though, and I'm not a chess player. So that part, But the interactions between the 2 characters are really cute so far. I do anticipate being able to finish this one today. It's not a very long book. So there's that. I think I'm ahead of schedule. It's the 27th, and my goal is to finish this one by the 30th. I think I'm ahead, which is awesome. I did stop by the library on the way home from dropping my kiddo off because I have a problem. I went there to pick up Elevation by Stephen King. It's a quick little novella. I had it in transit. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to knock this one out before the end of the month as well. So that was pretty short. And then, of course, I browsed as well. I'm addicted to the library. I got Sea Witch. I don't know if you can see it in the glare. There's a big old glare on this, but this is a beautiful cover. I do love this cover a lot. I don't know when I'll get to this one, but I grabbed it because I have a hard time going to the library and just grabbing a hold. I have to browse. Anyway, hope everybody having a good night. I gotta get to work. Damn it. But it's my Friday. It's my Friday, and the next 3 days are insanely busy. I will update you when I finish check-and-mate. I'll probably have a little bit more B-roll. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stitch. I'm just gonna read. Finally getting comfortable enough in front of this camera to ramble. It's about damn time. I am heading up to the library because it's closed over the next few days and they have one of my books for my middle of series available to pick up. And if I don't get it today, I will not get it. They'll send it back. But we're going to go ahead and return Tress of the Emerald Sea and Love of My Afterlife because I completed those. And most likely while we're driving, we'll probably finish up Check and Mate. It's about the best B-roll that I can get because I'm flying through this book. Heading to the library, then to Walmart for Thanksgiving things, and then probably to grab some dinner for me and my hubby. Kid-free tonight.
Wait, your father. Your father.
I've got the crazy bright lighting going on again. I started my vlog off at my vanity, and it looks like I'm going to finish my vlog off at my vanity. So I finished Check and Mate. I left my book in there, so picture. I enjoyed it. However, it's most definitely not top of my list as far as Allie Hazelwood. It's probably my least favorite Allie Hazelwood book so far. It was cute, but it was very centered around chess, and I don't play chess. But I do think it was cute. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 star, something like that. Maybe 3.5. It was really cute. Besides just the chess thing, there were definitely some aspects that I wasn't the biggest fan of. I felt like her and her best friend kind of ghosted each other. And then at the end, like, you could see throughout the entire book that she was reaching out and her friend was just not responding. And then her friend blamed her at the end. That frustrated me a little bit, just a little bit. Because you see the effort being made and it's like, not your fault. But anyway, I did enjoy it. So that wraps up my library book vlog. It's November 27th, so I'm actually like 3 days ahead of schedule. Not bad. I was a little bit concerned in the middle. I did end up DNFing one, which is probably why I was able to get it done within like 3 days before the end of the month. Wrap up. What books did I complete? I don't even remember. 5 books ago. What do we start with? Love My Afterlife? Love My Afterlife. Tress of the Emerald Sea. Check and Mate. I attempted How to End a Love Story. Oh, the games gods play. Duh. Okay, restart. So this vlog started out with the games gods play. I don't remember what star I gave it. I'll list it up here. I don't have my thing in front of me. I know that I loved it. It was action-packed, super good. Definitely recommend it. It's KU. It's a good one. Then we read The Love of My Afterlife. That one was cute. It was funny. Nothing to write home about, but it was cute and funny. I think I gave that one like 3.5 star. Then I attempted How to End a Love Story. Did not like that one. I DNF'd it. I thought the main female character was a bit insufferable. I think I made it roughly 100 pages before I DNF'd it. I could be wrong. I probably said it on my DNF clip. I don't remember exactly. I just wasn't a fan of that one. So moving on to the next. Then I read Tress of the Emerald Sea. Loved that one. I gave it 4 stars, I think. That one was a really fun adventure ride. So impressed with Brandon Sanderson's writing. I cannot wait to read more of his stuff. And then the last one that I just read was Check&Mate, which was cute. But again, not my favorite Allie Hazelwood book, but cute. If you watched all the way through, thank you so much. I hope you hang out. Next week, I will be posting what I read in November. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, a wonderful week if you're not in the US. Thank you so much.